Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to another collection video. That's right, it's been a little while since I've done my last collection video, which was for my Xbox One collection, of course. And for the most part, I don't think I've done many movie-related collection videos. I think most of them have been video game-related. So, I mean, as my name would suggest, I am a huge movie guy. So, let's get to it, baby. Let's do some movie collections. Now, I do want to do a Blu-ray, just a straight-up Blu-ray collection, but the reason why I'm not doing that is because I will be, but just not right now. I have a lot of Blu-rays. I have like over 300, 350 or something like that, which I know isn't the biggest collection out there compared to some of these big Blu-tubers out there, but I collect a lot of different stuff. I collect video games, I collect Blu-rays, I collect figures, I collect a lot of shit. Look at all the stuff in the background. I collect a lot of stuff, okay? So, if I was just a Blu-tuber, I would be up there. But I'm not. I'm also a video game guy. So, I am excited to show you my Blu-ray collection, but just not right now, because it is huge and I need to make up some time and a lot of room. That's good. I need a lot of room for this stuff. Same goes with my Xbox 360 collection, which if you do not know, one of my most popular videos on YouTube is my Xbox 360 collection update number 1, or no, part 1 actually. That has over like 200,000 views, and a lot of people have been asking me like, when's the next thing, or when's the next revision or whatever. I have right now like over 700 games on 360. Last time it was like 500, so it's coming, it's coming. I just need to make up some time, and I also need to get a table, because last time I had a big table and we don't have that one anymore, so I need to find a table to use to show you all of my 360 games. So yeah, anyway, so while I'm not doing Blu-rays, I am doing 4K Blu-rays. 4K Blu-rays have been around for a couple years at this point. I just started collecting them back in July of last year. That's when I got my Xbox One S. So I had a 4K Blu-ray player and I had a 4K TV. So I was like, you know what? Time to pick me up some 4K Blu-rays. So I picked up quite a bit in the last few months. I mean, again, probably not the biggest collection on YouTube, but I got a good amount considering I've only been collecting for a few months. So, let's get to it. Alright, baby? You ready? You look ready. Let's go. Alright, so, let's start off with the Steelbooks, because I only got 3 Steelbooks that are 4K Blu-ray. Sadly, you know, I wanted to get more. I wanted to get that Blade Runner one, and I kind of want to get the It one, but both of those sold out like almost immediately, especially the Blade Runner one. And I almost got the Blade Runner 2049 Steelbook. And technically I did get it, but Best Buy canceled my order and I had no idea. So I'm here thinking like, oh, I got that Blu-ray, baby. And then it comes out, I'm like, I don't got that Blu-ray, baby. And I went to the Best Buy and didn't have it. So anyway, let's talk about another movie that was pretty great from last year. First 4K Steelbook is Wonder Woman. There you go. One of my favorite cover arts of last year. I just love this. It pops. And compared to like Logan's Steelbook, where it used comic book style art, this one blows out of the water. Even though I will say her head looks a little bit too big on her body, but that's because the perspectives are a little bit weird. Besides that though, it's a very colorful, very nice looking Steelbook. The back is pretty awesome too. Look at that. Isn't that dope? Side. Ooh, I love this one. So that's nice. That's a clean Steelbook, and I have yet to watch it in 4K though, but I've seen it like 3 times in theaters, and I really enjoyed it. This is a very entertaining film. I do want to see it in 4K, even though special effects wise, this wasn't one of the best looking movies of last year. One of the first big like special effects shots was a green screen, and it didn't start off on the best note. This movie, I'm just gonna tell you right here, because that green screen shot made me go, what the it's a sci-fi movie? But then it got amazing after that. Well, great after that. Maybe not amazing, but it was a solid time. I had a great time with it. Alright, next one. I just talked about this one. This is the Logan Steelbook, only at Best Buy. Sometimes I keep these things, sometimes I don't. I don't know why, but let me take this one off for now, just to show you the Steelbook. Here it is. This one's a heavy bitch. Whew. Because it comes with like every version of this movie ever made. I think it comes with every X-Men movie. No, it doesn't. But look at that. It comes with the noir version, comes with the 4K, Blu-ray, whatever, the 8K, 20K, 1K, no K, whatever. Comes with everything. So that's the cover I was talking about, where it looks really odd and just doesn't fit with the tone of the movie, I don't think. Like what's her name? Laura looks very strange. Or Laura, actually. Laura looks very strange here. Look at her face. I don't know. It doesn't look right. It doesn't look right to me. So that's another one. So that's 2. Next one, I had to pick this one up when I saw it was coming out. It was only 20 bucks too, so it was like a no-brainer for me. The Fifth Element. Woo, baby! It's a steelbook too, and it looked nice. Look at that. Look at that artwork. Oh my God. It looked good. And I love this movie. I really do. A lot of people don't care for it, but it's weird, but it's very enjoyable and very, very beautiful to look at, even though I'm sure it hasn't aged extremely well because it's over, what is it, like over 20 years old, or it's like around 20 years old? I think last year it celebrated its 20-year anniversary, so at this point over 20 years old. But I love this film, and I haven't seen it in a very long time. So there you go. That's my last steelbook. Now let's get to just regular ones. A lot of these came with the slip covers, which is cool, but then there's some here and there that don't have them, and that disappointed me. That's for sure. But let's get to the good ones. All right, with the slip cover. First is Kick-Ass. Yeah, Kick-Ass, awesome movie, awesome slip cover. One thing I want to say with these 4K Blu-rays, I love the black. The black looks awesome. Like Blu-ray, yeah, you get the blue covers, whatever. That's great. But the black looks slick as hell, even though sometimes you can't even see it says 4K. Right there, you can barely even see it says 4K. Oh, now it says 4K. I can't even speak. I'm so thrilled with the way these look. But this is a really good looking slip, let me just say. And I love Kick-Ass. It pops, that's for sure. So there you go. Next is Hacksaw Ridge, which was a great film. I've seen this maybe 4 times at this point. This is a very enjoyable film to watch. I don't know why. It's just one of those movies where you can watch it, you can turn it on, you can watch it, you just watch it. Just watch it. You know, it might not be the best movie of 2016, but it's one of the most watchable ones, that's for sure. Or rewatchable, I should say. This movie's watchable. 10 out of 10. Go see it. But no, really, it's a great film, I think. Alright, next is my boy, John Wick, Chapter 2. Has that slipcover, and it looks nice. It's shiny, glossy. My boy looks awesome in it. There he is. He's awesome on the back, too. I've seen this movie like 4 times at this point. And it looks great in 4K, by the way. I did watch it in 4K, and whew! Oh my God, it pops. I really want to watch it again in 4K, because it really does pop. It's crystal clear, but the visuals in the movie are really, really, really fantastic in the film. But in 4K, my God, it's a feast for the eyes. Go watch it. All right, of course I got John Wick 1, but does not come with a slipcover. No. Thanks, Best Buy. They sent me it with no slipcover, even though I got it for like $5, so you know I can't really complain. But I am gonna complain. Actually, I got it for $7.50. They were having a deal where it was like buy 2 4K Blu-rays for $15. So I got this one, and what was the other one? I don't know, we'll get to the other one. I don't know which one it was. Oh, actually, I think it was this one. I think it was 310 to Yuma. I'm pretty sure that was it. I could be wrong though, but pretty good deal, you know. So 2 for $15. Right there, Russell Crowe, Christian Bale. Just watched Hostiles with Christian Bale, which was a great film. And this is a great film as well. If you want a more traditional Western, then I would definitely watch this one over Hostiles. But I loved Hostiles. I love a good slow burn Western film. If you want a really good slow burn Western film that came out relatively recently, I would recommend Slow West with Michael Fassbender. But I love Westerns, so 310 to Yuma is definitely A-okay with me, baby. And speaking of Westerns, of course I had to get this one once I heard it was coming to 4K. One of my favorite Westerns and one of my favorite movies of all time, that is Unforgiven, with Clint Eastwood, who sadly just released one of his worst films of all time. And I'm talking about directed-wise. It was one of his worst films. Of course, 310 to Yuma. What was it called? 310 to Paris? The 1517 to Paris. That's what it was called. And I love this film, though. I love this film. So all is still forgiven, even though this one came out years and years before. It's been 6 years at this point? It says 25th anniversary, but now it's 26 because this came out last year. But I love this film. I haven't watched it in a very long time. I haven't watched it yet. It's still sealed. But it's good to have it, baby, because Unforgiven, great looking movie. Very, very, you know, very morose in its own way. Of course, it's Western, so it shouldn't look like beautiful or anything. But it's a very nice looking movie with some great cinematography and all that. But I'm sure this will look great in 4K. So I had to get it, so I did. And also that slipcover. Look at him. He looked pissed. There you go. And of course, next, speaking of movies that look fantastic and obviously will look even better on 4K, I have yet to watch it yet, but this one does not come with a slipcover, but I'm still happy to own it. Very happy. That is Mad Max Fury Road, baby. Got that HDR. I think almost everything so far I've shown has HDR. Don't think there's any really early 4K Blu-rays that I have here. I could be wrong, though. But this movie, oh, I love it. I love this movie so much. Still my favorite movie of 2015. I've seen it at least 20 times at this point. I'm not even fucking kidding. Just randomly, I'll be like, you know what? I need to get something done, but I need something to also watch while I'm doing it. I'll put on Mad Max. You know, just whatever. You know, I don't care. I'll just watch it. I'll just watch it while I'm doing stuff. And I've seen it 15 times at this point, so I don't need to. You know, I've seen it 20 times, but back when I was thinking, like, while I was working, I probably saw it 15 times. It doesn't matter. Who gives a shit? There you go. I love that movie, though. And I have yet to watch it in 4K, so that might be a whole new experience for me. So that's exciting. So I should get to it. Next is, speaking of, I can't speak, I apologize. Talking about a movie that I have seen way too many times. At this point, I've probably seen this as many times as I saw Mad Max Fury Road. Maybe a little bit less. Maybe a few times less. Maybe 15, I'd say this one. This is Kingsman, The Secret Service, which oh man, this movie. I love this movie. That church scene is one of the best action scenes of all time. I freaking love it, but not only that, I love the world of this film. I really do. And mainly just the whole Secret Service aspect. I love that. The characters are extremely likable. The action is beautiful. It's stylish as all hell. It's so much fun. Sam Jackson chews the scenery up in a perfect James Bond-esque way, or, you know, villain way. And Colin Firth is awesome, but the standout to me was Taron Egerton. That boy right there. Eggsy. He was so good, and when they made that sequel, I was really excited to see it. Disappointed me, not even gonna lie. Definitely disappointed me. But I still enjoyed quite a bit of it, especially my boy, Eggsy. Taron Egerton. He was great. They even put him on the freaking... He's nowhere on the front. Ain't that a bitch? And I'm excited for... he's gonna be Robin Hood this year. There's a new Robin Hood movie coming out, because everybody really wanted another Robin Hood movie after that shitty-ass Ridley Scott movie that came out last time with Russell Crowe. That was bad. But, yeah, I guess I really wanted to make another one. And he's going to play Robin Hood. So I'm actually kind of excited just because he's so charismatic. Yes, I love the boy. Leave me alone. He's actually probably my age. So, anyway, next movie, speaking of... No, that's not a good segue. Power Rangers. Look at that. That's a shiny-ass cover art. I got this one really cheap. Someone was selling it on Amazon for like... It was like $10, and that was with Prime shipping. And so oh no, it was like $11 actually. It was $11. I remember it was like $11.09 or something. Like new condition. That was shipping because it was Prime, and I have Prime. So I was like, all right. So $11. I had to get this, even though I have it on Blu-ray already. It's used. It was already open, but I have yet to watch it again. Oh, by the way, Kingsman I did watch in 4K, and it looked absolutely fantastic. When everybody's heads explode. God, I look good. Anyway, back to Power Rangers. I have yet to see Power Rangers again since I saw it in theaters, but I really enjoyed it. I'm a huge Power Rangers guy. At least I used to be. Of course, I haven't watched it in a long time because I'm kind of a grown man. Not technically, but well, technically I am, but not mentally. But this movie was a lot of fun. I had a really good time with it, and I actually appreciated that the movie didn't just have action, and all that goofy stuff we love in Power Rangers. It actually tried to focus on the characters, you know? And you could tell that was mainly because the budget was a little bit smaller than most movies out there. I mean, it was a $100 million budget. It was still big, but it wasn't like $200 million Marvel film. So they tried to keep it relatively... short on silly action stuff, but when it was there, it was a lot of fun, and I liked the characters and the actors and all that. And Elizabeth Banks stole the show. I thought she was great as Rita Repulsa, and she does say "Make my monster grow," which made me very happy. So there you go. Yes, make my monster grow. She said it just like that. She nailed it. Good shit. Good shit, Elizabeth Banks. Even though you helped make that fucking Pitch Perfect series a series. Anyway, next is Starship Troopers. There you go. That's a classic right there. A movie that not many people watched when it first came out, but now has, I guess, garnered more of a cult classic reputation. But I don't want to say that because the movie still made money. I think it made like $60 million in America, but it definitely didn't make enough to be considered a hit. So I guess it's considered cult classic, but $60 million worth of people saw this movie in theaters. I'm sure a lot more people saw it when it came out on DVD and VHS and all that stuff. So I don't know. I guess technically it is a cult classic. I don't know. But this was $10 on Amazon. Amazon had this, I don't know why, for $10, and it was like meant to be. I was on Twitter. I think Wario64 on Twitter tweeted this and said it was $10. I was like, oh, perfect. And it was like a fresh ass tweet. It was like a minute ago. I was like, oh, clicked it, bam, done. $10.85 after tax, bam, in my collection. So that's awesome. And the slip looks dope. There's Casper Van Dien as Rico. What do you want, Rico? I love this movie. I haven't seen it in a long time, and I'm sure it's aged pretty well because last time I watched it was a couple years ago, and the special effects looked pretty good. I saw it on Blu-ray or whatever. I think Blu-ray. Or I watched it on Netflix. I can't remember if it was on Netflix. I don't know. I watched it in HD quality. And I remember going, wow, special effects, I mean, they don't look great, but it looks pretty good. You know, for 20 years old almost. You know, good job. Now it is 20 years, so I'm excited to watch that again. Next is King Kong Ultimate Edition. This was also $10, but this was $10 on Best Buy. They had this as one of their like pre-Black Friday sales. That if you are like an elite member or whatever, you get early access to some of the sales, and this was one of them. So I ordered it, and it's $10. So I was like, screw it, and I bought it. So first I ordered it, then I saw the price, then I bought it. I don't know how that works, but whatever. King Kong Ultimate Edition. I've yet to see it again, but I need to make up about 5 hours of the day to just cover this film. Oh my god, how long is it? I'm trying to find out. If I want to watch the extended version, no. It's how long? It doesn't say. How come? Do Blu-rays not tell you how long the movie is anymore? Because on DVDs they used to like say it somewhere like this movie is 100 and whatever minutes. It doesn't say. How long is it? Like the movie itself is already like over 3 hours long, so I'm assuming the extended cut makes it at least 17 hours long. That's the least it could be. So King Kong Ultimate, yeah, Ultimate. Yeah. You have to really make room out of your day to watch that. Next is a movie I actually just bought. Again, Amazon had it for a really good deal, $10, so I had to get it. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Even though I didn't love this film, I'm not gonna lie, I did not love it. I thought it was a very nice looking movie, and it's a good starting off point for what could be a much better series moving on after this. The next one comes out later this year. It's called like The Crimes of Grindelwald or Grendel. I don't know, the Gooch, whatever his name. I don't know. Johnny Depp's character. So there you go. I'm so excited for that one. I mean, I like Johnny Depp, but he's been disappointing me for the last 15 years. So I don't know. It's been a rocky road. All right, he has a couple of good ones, you know, like he has Black Mass, Rango. Rango was like 8 years ago at this fucking point. I don't know. So I'm hoping he's gonna be good in that. But this movie was alright. It was good. It looked good. Next, I mentioned this movie earlier. And I might as well just show both of them. Of course, I got Blade Runner, the final cut, which of course is an amazing film, one of the best movies of all time. I love this movie. I rewatched it right before the new one came out, and it still is one of the best movies out there. A lot of people would consider it boring. I don't know. I find it extremely fascinating, especially since at least 90% of this movie was made in 1980s. Of course, they added and reshot. Well, not reshot, but I would say 95% of it was made in 82. But they reworked some stuff and added new special effects and stuff along the way. That's why this is the final cut. They added more stuff, and of course they put that unicorn shit in there, which is stupid. But for the most part, this was all made in 82, and it looks fantastic. They use models, they use special effects when needed. They really know how to make a movie without having to just have giant special effects everywhere. And this movie really builds a world. The soundtrack, the score itself is so perfect. The story itself is simple but effective, and that last monologue from Rutger Hauer, one of my favorite just things in movies ever. It's so good. So I love this film. I really do. And then, of course, the sequel came out, so I had to buy it. Wanted the Steelbook, but I didn't get it, so I ordered the regular 4K, even though it pained me to do it. Blade Runner 2049, great film. Saw it twice in theaters, and so good. So good. I love this film. I really do. It's one of my favorite movies of last year. It's in my top 10, and most likely it'll stay in my top 10. I still have to catch up on some movies from last year, but I don't see it getting knocked out. So, I love you. And the slip looks dope. It looks good. I haven't watched it yet. I actually just got it like last week, so I have yet to watch it again. But I'm sure it's gonna look great in 4K. By the way, the final cut in 4K. Holy shit! It looks so good. It's a great transfer. I highly recommend this. And I gotta assume this is gonna be a great transfer because it's a new film. So I recommend this one too. So there you go. And I know a lot of people are going to probably say, like, didn't you just say, like, oh, big giant special effects aren't as good as models or whatever? This movie does it extremely well. And you can tell there's times where they definitely use models. But the special effects in this movie, oh my god. Whew. Oh, Jesus. That one scene, I don't want to spoil it, but there's one scene where, I can't spoil it. There's one scene where two people become one. I hope that's not a spoiler. Next, going from Blade Runner to this is weird, but The Expendables 2, baby. I got this for like $8. It says $15 there, but I got it off Amazon. It was like $8 on Amazon, 4K Blu-ray, and I had to pick it up because I actually did enjoy this movie when it first came out. And it's been a little while, so I was like, okay, let me watch it again. It's $8, I'll get it. And, oh man, the transfer on this one sucks hard. It's terrible. This is one of the worst looking 4K Blu-rays I've seen. I've only seen a few, but this one is horrible. It's definitely way on the bottom. Way on the bottom. So this is definitely not something that you should pick up because I think it's an incredibly weak transfer. Don't pick it up. The grain count on this bitch. Whew. Terrible. Next, I can only assume this is going to be terrible, but I had to pick it up. It was like $10, $12 on Amazon, and it comes with 3 movies. 2 of them, I really want to watch one of these in 4K just to see how bad it looks. But 2 of these are horrible films, and the other one is a pretty good film. I actually liked. This is a 3-pack of Ender's Game, The Last Witch Hunter, and Gods of Egypt. I had to get this. For $4 each, I would definitely pick up all these movies for 4K each, just separately. I would totally do it. I mean, I can't wait to see Gods of Egypt in 4K. That's going to be incredible. That is one of the worst looking blockbuster films I've ever seen in my life. It's one of the worst looking. I can't wait to watch that in 4K. So much so I've had this for a few months. I still have yet to watch it. Whatever. But, you know, I'm excited to watch it, that's for sure. When I put it on, I'll be like, oh boy, I can't wait. I almost dropped it. And I love that movie. I really do. Gods of Egypt. It's one of those movies that is so bad, but it's such a good B movie. Especially if you have friends over, you can just make fun of it. So good. So that's a great one. Last Witch Hunter is just stupid. Like, it's not terrible. Well, it is terrible, but it's not a bad time when you're watching it. It's watchable, that's for sure. But it's dumb as shit. And Ender's Game is fine. Ender's Game is a solid film, you know? There you go. Maybe not as good as the book, but still pretty good. I was surprised this was so cheap. Look at this. Oops. I dropped it. Now I hit the camera. Anyway, next one. The Cabin in the Woods! I love this film too. So good. I have yet to watch it in 4K, but I've watched this movie so many times. Reason why I picked this up, $8 on Amazon. I get a lot of these 4K Blu-rays for freaking cheap on Amazon. But this was $8 on Amazon. Had to get it for that price. Slipcover looks nice on there. Look at that. Look at that. Add that bitch to the collection. Great film. Next is Dread, or Doctor. It's covering up this freaking... I hate this when they put this stuff on here. Like, this is the second one. I ordered it from the same seller on Amazon that I bought the... let me pick that up before I crush it. Expendables 2. 4K Blu-ray from, but this is a way better movie. I'm assuming way better transfer than that Expendables one, because I heard good reviews of this 4K Blu-ray. So, and also I got it for cheap, $10, and I love this movie. I can only assume that this and Kingsman will have similar. Well, the quality will be very similar, because how both of them are very stylish when it comes to, like, it's brutal violence. Like, they both have a very similar look to them when it comes to their violence. So I can only assume that the 4K Blu-ray transfer will be good. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Alright, next is Leon the Professional, one of my favorite films of all time, another Luc Besson film. I love this movie, man. I will watch this movie any day of the week. I fucking love it. I really do. Huh. So good. So good. Now, if you're watching this film, watch the original version. The long version, where they don't cut out like 15 minutes of footage, is good. I think that one's just called The Professional, right? I could be wrong. I think that one's just called The Professional, and wait, hold on. No. The American one's called The Professional, and the French one is called Leon, I think. And this is a combination of both of them. Leon the Professional. I could be wrong there. Hold on, let me see. Genre, no, fact check, okay, yeah. Include both theatrical and extended versions of the film. Theatrical for America, and extended meaning the actual version. Watch that one. The extended one is so much better. Like, the theater one's fine, but that's why when you see reviews, I have a feeling it has like I think like a 70-something, or maybe like low 80 or whatever. I have a feeling if you look up that on Rotten Tomatoes, the reason why is because they watched the theater version. I have a feeling. I have a good feeling. That's why. Because the extended one is so much better. Some people are also weirded out by the relationship between him and Natalie Portman in the movie. That's the point. It's really Natalie Portman. It's a very one-sided relationship, really. Because Jean Reno likes Natalie Portman as a kid. You know, it's fine. But Natalie Portman's a little weird. But it works. It works in terms of the relationship. It's not weird when you're watching it. A lot of people are weirded out by the premise when they hear about it. Most of the time when they hear the premise, they just hear like, oh, Jean Reno's an assassin that takes Natalie Portman under his wing, and that's it. They don't hear the part where it's like this weird relationship between them. When you're watching it, it's not that weird, but whatever. Anyway, next movie is Dunkirk. Yeah. Dunkirk is a fucking excellent movie, and man, oh man, even though Christopher Nolan keeps saying like, oh, I just want movies in theaters, no, don't watch it anywhere else, whatever, yada yada. I feel like this will be made very well. This 4K will be made very well for surround sound systems inside someone's house. I don't know what's up with me today. I'm just like, I can barely speak. I apologize, but Dunkirk, great film. I loved it so much. Tom Hardy's barely in it, but I will watch anything with Tom Hardy. You could say that new Venom movie sucks as much as you want, even though you haven't seen it. You just watched a minute and 30 seconds of footage. But I will watch anything with Tom Hardy. And this movie is excellent, and everybody is great in it, and it's a very visceral film, that's for sure. Loved it. Dunkirk, and that slipcover, whew, looks so good on that black. Look at that. Oh, man, it's shiny. Oh, man, it's so shiny. Next. Speaking of a really good-looking slipcover, look at this. Brawl in Cell Block 99. One of my favorite films of last year. It's in my top 10. Just like Dunkirk. Dunkirk is, I think, number 10 right now. I could be wrong. But Brawl in Cell Block 99 was a huge surprise. When I heard about this movie, it was from the guy that directed Bone Tomahawk, which I loved. And it has Vince Vaughn beating people to death. I was like, yeah, I'm in. I'm in. Okay? And it's a great grindhouse style, kind of revenge story in a way, kind of. It's great. It's really good. It's so good. I love it. Definitely go into this without watching a trailer, though. I did that to myself, and I was so happy I did, because, man, I didn't watch the trailer still, and I'm assuming the trailer itself kind of spoils some of the stuff. I don't know, but I haven't watched it, and I don't want to. I still don't want to, even after watching the movie. Just watch this. Just be prepared. It's going to be an extremely violent time. It's great, though. Even my family members watched this movie and loved it, too. And they're more of a traditional movie-going people. You know, they like the silly action films and stuff like that. And this has action, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely slower than most movies that my family would watch. So good. I loved it. My next one, actually I'll show this first. This one makes sense to show first. Rise of the Planet of the Apes and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, the 4K HD like bundle pack or 2-pack, whatever. This is a great deal. I got this for 20 bucks and it comes with both of these movies. I watched both of these in 4K right before War for the Planet of the Apes came out, and man oh man, Rise of the Planet of the Apes on 4K, it's a great transfer. The special effects have not held up as well as I thought they would, especially not in 4K. I'm sure on Blu-ray it looks fine, but the special effects in the first like 20 minutes when you see Caesar as a baby and as a kid walking around and stuff, it's iffy. But after that, and he like starts to interact with all the other apes and stuff, it gets much better. And after that, it's still a fantastic film. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, I don't see any flaws whatsoever. Still, it's been like what, 4 years since it came out. It's still an excellent looking movie when it comes to special effects. It's flawless in my opinion. So got those two, but of course, I had to pick up my boy, War for the Planet of the Apes. Still my favorite film of 2017. It is my #1 film of 2017. If you want to check out what my other movies are, you can check out my Letterboxd. Link is in the description. But my #1, War for the Planet of the Apes. I love this movie. And sadly, they did not have a steelbook or anything, or no special edition, so I had to just get a regular slipcover. But man, look at that slipcover. Look at that. My boy Caesar on a horse. Are you kidding me? Oh, he's got a gun in the background. Oh my god. Oh, so good. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm getting the vapors. All right. So last thing, I should have probably ended it with War for Planet of the Apes. I think that would have been a better fitting, a better and more fitting ending. But this one's pretty good too. This is the final thing I have in my collection, and it is the E.T. the Extraterrestrial 35th Anniversary Blu-ray gift set, limited edition, whatever the hell it's called. And look at that. That's awesome. And I still have this sealed. I have yet to watch it again, but man oh man, this movie got played. Like, I had a VHS of this movie. It got played out completely when I was a kid. I watched this movie so many times. I love me some E.T. Everybody loves E.T., but this movie is so great. So, whew. And this limited edition thing comes with, of course, the 4K, the Blu-ray, digital HD, CD soundtrack, and collectible book. Look at that. It comes with a soundtrack. That's weird. Usually, these kind of, like, limited things don't come with soundtracks. Usually, they come with, like, art cards and shit like that. So that's really cool. So I had to pick it up. It was 20 bucks. So it's 4K. I'm sure it looks great too. I'm sure they didn't screw that one up. So there you go. That is my 4K Blu-ray collection. I hope you enjoyed it. Of course, I'll do updates in the future. So look forward to that. So anyway, there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. And until next time, of course, goodbye.